So traders, the tides are starting to turn from the stock market to the metals and mining sector. Massive shift that's starting to take place, and I believe it's going to be a really big move. And I believe it's just getting started right now in the mining sector as well too. Plus also gold and silver. I think the metals and miners are the place to be right now over the next couple of months anyway, because I believe the stock market's running out of a lot of steam, and I'll get to that as well too. So that's what I want to cover in today's video. So looking at the actual, let's actually start off with the good old stock market here. So if we see what's happening here on the stock market, and we zoom this here, as you can see, the Dow Jones has had just a little bit of a pullback through here, and we're actually coming back towards this 52 moving average from here. So we are coming back towards that, and we are bouncing here. So what that's telling me is this: we're probably going to have one more push to the upside. One more push to the upside, meaning the Dow Jones has this. Let me see if I can get a different color for you guys. So the Dow Jones does, all right, the Dow Jones does this. So it holds there, breaks up, and breaks above this all-time new high up here. And then that's probably likely to be, we might have a little bit more from there, and then we're likely to fail from there as well too. So looking at the overall stock market now, we see that's what's happening on the Dow Jones, and that's what we can see from there. Now, when it comes to the other indices, such as the NASDAQ, once again, the NASDAQ here is just holding and it's just pausing. I believe we're getting ready for just one more push to the upside before we start to see a good 5 to 10% correction here. And so the interesting thing that I'm seeing right now is you can see this level. So if we get one more push to the upside through there, like that through there, then we're getting towards the end of this move. Now, no one knows when the end of the move is going to happen, but we do know it's going to happen, and we do know it's going to happen real soon. Now, what that simply means is the market goes in moves, right? We've had a very nice move to the upside. It's just a matter of time before we start to see that next move in the markets, meaning, and the next phase in the markets, which is what's called the pullback phase, right? The pullback phase or the sideways consolidation phase. And so this is what's likely to happen from here. And so trying to go long the stock market right now, very risky, or the indices anyway. Trying to go short right now is very risky. There's many times in your trading career where the best thing to do is stand aside and not do anything. Actually go find a different market like the mining sector that is likely to make a move, right? So we can see this through here. Same for the S&P 500 as well too. Looks like the S&P 500 could have one more little push to the upside. Right, we go from here. Just one more little push to the upside from here on the S&P 500, right? And then we're probably likely to go for that S&P 500. Then we're probably likely to see a nice, good 10% correction, 5 to 10% correction in the markets from there. So right now, for me personally anyway, for my personal trading, is I'm not getting involved from a trading perspective. There's no probability of like you go long right now, it may have a short-term move to the upside. You go short right now, it's very, very risky, right? So just step aside. Don't be getting involved with something that's not likely to be making a nice move from there. Meaning, we're probably going to get there. Now, just to keep in mind as well too, when it comes to the stock market, what I'm talking about is short-term movements in the markets. Okay. So if I go to the S&P 500 and I bring on this big long-term monthly chart, this is a big long-term monthly chart here. And what am I talking about? I'm just talking about a nice, good, healthy correction, right? Market go up, market go down, market go up, market go down, market go up a little bit more from there. And then we go down a little bit more, and then we continue up from there, right? Remember, that's all this is. And that's what's likely to come out of this level from here. So we're likely to be seeing these levels from here. And all that simply means is this 10% correction that's likely to come is just a nice little healthy pullback, not a complete change in trend or the bull market over, so on and so forth. No, because guess what? For a bull market to be starting, we have market go up, market come down to form the higher low, right? The market has to go down we have to get these down periods from here. This here is not a bear market. This here is just coming down to make the higher low. So just keep that in mind. That's exactly what happens there. Same for the Dow Jones as well too. Same for the Russell. Same for the Nasdaq. We're in a very big bull market, right? So this correction that's likely to come over the next few months is not the top in the market. Okay, this is just what. Remember, in an upward trend, up down to create the high low. Up down to create the high low. Up. Down, create the high low, and away we go, right? So this is not the top in the markets. And so, yeah, so that's what I'm saying there, right, guys, when it comes to the good old stock market from here. Now, let's go check this out from here. So one thing that I've been really sort of focusing on myself has been the metals and miners. If you guys have been watching me now for the last few weeks, you would know that my main focus, and as you can see, right, like, that's the way that I like to do things when it comes to the way that I trade. And one thing I'm always doing with my 1% group. I'm with my 1% group every day for a few hours. And this is what I'm doing, right? If you'd like to apply to be part of that 1% group, where you coach with me every single day, there should be a link in the description there. But as you can see, right, over the past sort of 3-4 months, what have I done? I got involved with Platinum, big move up, right? I got involved with Ethereum, very big move up. I got involved with GRPN, right? Very big move, a nice big move to the upside on GRPN from there, right? And so the thing for me is, like, I'm always getting involved with these. I'm always getting involved with the next market that's likely to make a big move, right? And so we can see here when it comes down to gold right now is shaping up to be really, really, really nice, right? You can see here we've actually got a very strong upward trending motion through here, very strong upward trending motion. All right, and so therefore, we're probably going to continue that overall big weekly trend. And the number one trend to you is the weekly trend. Always keep an eye on that big long-term weekly trend, because that weekly trend is definitely the place to be at. You want to be going with the markets, okay? Don't try and short a bull market. Try to always go long a bull market, but wait for a pullback first. So we can see what's happening through here. So gold is probably getting ready for one more push to the upside. And then we're probably going to see a big correction in our gold, right? I do believe that. Meaning, this is the gold weekly chart up here. I believe we're probably likely to see something like that. And then something like that as well, right? Big, long-term weekly charts are probably going to have one more push to the upside. And then it's going to be all over Red Rover. We're probably going to start to see a lot more downside to come out of that through there when it comes to the gold market. Same for the silver market as well too. Silver is actually just holding here quite strongly. I do see silver actually having another big move to the upside as well too, coming up real soon. Probably going to go along with gold as well too. And you can see just we're starting to, after all this time, after doing nothing for 12 months, as you can see, we're starting to develop this very nice upward trend. So there's high probability we're going to continue up. And we're probably going to break this 45 level, I would say, over the next couple of months from there. The same for the mining sector, right? The mining, look at this here, which is the GDX itself. You can actually see that the GDX is definitely starting to break up. We've broken above these highs up here, this high point here, and now we're at this point right now. So we should start to see this thing head back up towards probably being close to the $70 mark now. Now it's probably not going to happen all in one, like straight away. But that's where I see this thing now heading. We've actually been in a very strong upward trend. We've had what's called a time phase, which means that it's a refueling phase, and now we're just starting to break out, and mining stocks are really starting to lead the way. And this is where, guys, as you know, as I said before, and this is the reason why my trading is so successful, is because I'm not a lover of any markets, right? I was platinum, and then I'm Ethereum, and now and then I was a individual stock, and now I'm actually the mining sector, right? So I'm always, for me, throughout the year. And again, that's what I do with my 1% group. Throughout the year, I'm always looking for these pockets of. I'm always looking for the pockets of what's the market that's likely to make the next move, the next big move, so I can capitalize on that. Right? I'm not looking for small trades. And again, I don't care about any market. I'm just looking for when is that next market. A few months ago, it was platinum, right? And I got involved with that, and beautiful profit there. Then straight after that came Ethereum, right? It became, platinum and then Ethereum. And now I'm looking at the mining sector, and the mining sector has definitely been starting to heat up from here. GDX as well too. we're just starting to hold through here. So the whole mining sector is the place to be for the next really big move I see coming. Now, when it comes to the GDXJ, we're possibly going to have around about $100 target. So I wouldn't be too surprised to start to see this thing start to really start to make some serious moves to the upside. I think this is the start of something serious. This is the start of something really big in the mining sector from there. Meaning, like, we're probably like to see a really big move coming out of this level from here. If we go to the SIL and look at the SIL, right? Something that I'm always utilizing myself in the markets is my 52 moving average on the weekly charts, right? 52 moving average on my daily charts. And if the 52 moving average is strong, there's a lot of strong momentum behind there. So seeing what's happening here with the mining sector, right? Now we're at this resistance level once again. We're at this resistance level here once again. If we break that, then once again, if I bring this down to, and you can also see that if I draw a box through here, right? Let me do this here. So as you can see, for the last, say, 12 months, see what we've done through here? We really haven't done much, right? We just did this sideways movement for the last, say, almost 12 months, and now we're starting to pick up through here, right? And I always say there's generally 3 major stair steps in a big bull market. Stair step 1, stair step 2, and generally the bigger the moves are happening on the 2nd and 3rd stair step. So this could be getting ready for one big face ripper rally coming real soon. And the reason why I'm saying this here is that if it starts to really break up above this level here, we could start to see some serious price action coming up to here around the $75 mark. And the reason why that's the case is if you look at my weekly charts, once it breaks this major resistance level up here, as you can see, then there's no resistance. There's no resistance on this SIO until around the $80 mark. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to go straight there. What it may do, right? That's if it's going to do this, right? It may go up for a little bit and then pause for a week, and then go up for a little bit and then pause for a week and then go up a little bit. That's what it may do, right? That's what a very big sort of bull phase is all about, right? So just because something goes sideways for a week doesn't mean the bull market's over, okay? And the reason I'm saying that is I want to neutralize your journey. If you're trying to capitalize on a big profit like me, the reason why my trading's so successful because I'm looking to get into something and hold it for a few weeks to a few months and capitalize on a really big move. To go through that, you need to be able to withstand the likelihood of something happening and how that's going to form as well too. So that's the SIL from there, and this is the SILJ. The SILJ is right at this resistance level right now, as you can see, and we're just holding through here. The SILJ, that's that next resistance there. So it doesn't look like the SILJ has much of an up move. We definitely have that level through there. That's that next resistance level, and then we have a good resistance back up here at 22. So maybe, just maybe, this is going to be the place here. There's the one that's not really showing a lot of, there's like, meaning like references points on my weekly charts, is definitely the SIL from here. So that's one thing I'm really focusing on from there. So these are the markets right now. And once again, traders, like, I hope you can see the reason why I do really well as a trader throughout the year is not that I get everything right and I don't get everything right, but I'm always looking for these, what is the next market that's likely to make the next big move over the next couple of months? And that's the reason why, once again, guys, with me and the way that I trade is I'm always looking for those next pockets of opportunities. Right? And again, I don't really care about any market. I'm not a lover of any market. Okay? I'm a gold trader. Why are you limiting yourself for? I trade the financial sector only. Why are you limiting yourself for? I trade the stock market. Why are you limiting yourself for? And the reason why I'm saying this here is because I'm trying to share with you that, as you can see from my trading, you've been following me now for this year, you would know that I'm looking for the next market to make the next move. I don't care whether that is platinum. Platinum, cool, beautiful. I didn't care whether it's a crypto market. Beautiful. I got into Ethereum and captured the next big move that had happened over a few weeks or more. All right. Now I'm out of that. Now I'm focusing on the mining sector, right? Because it's like I'm looking, and that's how I like to be throughout the year. I'm like, where's the next move? Get in, hold it for a month or two, big profit, cool. Get out. Okay, cool. Where's that next market? Scan. You know, is it the cryptos? Is it so on and so forth? And all these different markets out there. Right? So we can see that that's the reason why things are doing really well. Now, on a big scale, the markets that's likely to make big moves is two things. Firstly, USO. USO is still shaping up here. Now, I don't know where USO is going to break. This is obviously the monthly charts from here, and this is the weekly charts from here. I don't know where USO is going to break, but wherever USO breaks, if we can get a conviction of a break, and so if I go to my daily charts, this is what the daily charts look like. There's very volatile movement from here, so you really need to see where this is going to break. We just don't know, right? We just don't know what's going to happen here with the USO market. But looking at this level from here, same thing, right? Right now, as you can see, and as you can see, right, like I'm Platinum, Ethereum, Groupon, looking at the mining sector. I'm always getting involved with things that's likely to make the next move, but I'm also keeping an eye on what could be coming real soon over the next couple of months. And one of those is is the USO market, right? The USO market is one of those markets that's done nothing for all this time from here, as you can see. But once it does start to make, and this way, like, you want to keep an eye on these markets, and sometimes these things can take many months to build up. But the thing is that many months to build up, once the signal does trigger for me to get involved with it, and it hasn't yet, but once the signal triggers for me to get involved with it, then I get involved with it. The next 6 weeks to 2 months could be 3, 4, 500% return on an option for me. Now, if you do a $20,000 trade, we're talking about 6 figures in a trade in a couple of months. Is that worth waiting a few months to see what's likely to happen? And that's the reason why my trading does so well, because I'm willing to wait for these things and then get involved with it from there. So the USO, and then also the XLE market as well too. If I go to the XLE, look at this here. The XLE market, which is the energy market, is there's two different markets here that's likely to make a really big move. And if the energy market is going to have a move to the upside, look at all of that movement from there. All of that movement. This is sideways movement. This is called refueling. And whenever we do go through these sideways periods, guess what? We end up having a really big move for a while. So once we do start to break out of this XLE, we're probably likely to make a really big move for a while.